Netroots Nation, hello! It is so good to see you. It is so good to be back with my community. From those of you that I've known for 20 years to all the new friends that I'm going to make this weekend. My name is Melissa Ryan, and I am here tonight as a proud member of the Netroots Nation board. I'm also a longtime attendee, all the way back to when we still called it Yearly Co's. I want to welcome you to tonight's keynote. We have a powerhouse lineup of speakers, and looking over the list, I know that each one will challenge us, fire us up, and call us to action. I write a newsletter that some of you might have heard of, Control, Alt, Right, Delete. Thank you. Each week, I cover the MAGA movement and how it exploits the tech platforms to deploy hate, harassment, and harm against marginalized communities and anyone who gets in the way of the MAGA agenda. I also consult with nonprofit and advocacy organizations on these same issues, helping them build resilience against the MAGA right. Today, I want to talk to you about the future that MAGA wants and how we beat them. Everyone in this room knows the stakes couldn't be higher. That's why you're here. We could talk for hours about the horror show of a second Trump administration or Project 2025, but I'm guessing y'all are up to speed, right? So here's what you need to know. Democrats are trying to win elections. The right is planning to seize power by any means necessary. The MAGA right doesn't believe in laws or norms, only exploiting them. They've run for office and built power at every level of government, and they're not afraid to use it. And the 6 MAGA justices on the Supreme Court are more than happy to help them every step of the way. This is also a movement that understands the power of media, social media, and pop culture, which is why you have MAGA billionaires like Elon Musk spending large sums of money to try to take us over online and in the media too. Finally, these folks thrive on misery and despair. This is a movement built on slogans like liberal tears and cry harder. They don't want to win. They want to punish their opponents and see us suffer. But I don't want you to be fooled. That despair is strategic. The goal isn't to convert us, but for everyone in this room to say, LOL, nothing matters, to give up and go home. They're literally writing op-eds in the New York Times telling us not to vote, folks. And it's worth remembering that the same folks who told us all through 2022 that voters didn't care about abortion are going to spend the rest of this year assuring you that Trump's record, his criminal conviction, and his pending charges don't matter. MAGA Republicans want us to stay home not just on election day, but every day, and that's their path to power. So, how do we beat them? I know that can feel like an impossible task, especially since electoral politics is a game of inches. But we've learned a lot since 2016. And by the way, we have won several elections too. And tonight, I want to share what I know works. First, we need to hold them accountable. In November, in the courts, at school board meetings, everywhere in your communities, when MAGA shows up, be there too. And if your Democratic elected officials aren't doing anything, make sure that you're pressuring them to hold MAGA accountable as well. Sometimes it's as straightforward as voting, and sometimes it means creative direct actions that make people in power uncomfortable. But make sure Trump and every one of his MAGA wannabes knows that we see them, and we're not going to let them tear us apart. Second, run against the Supreme Court. I promise you this election isn't about Donald Trump or Joe Biden or insert name here. It's about 6 unelected justices determined to use their perch to bring about the future MAGA wants. We need Democratic majorities to nominate justices who believe in the rule of law, and we need elected officials who will work to expose corruption, force these justices to follow a code of ethics, and consider measures like impeachment, expanding the court, or both. Finally, and I end every talk I ever give with this, stand in solidarity with one another. MAGA wants us to believe that our families, our communities, and a better way of life aren't worth fighting for. But if I've learned anything over the past decade, it's that we might be able to survive on our own, but we can only thrive together. We need connection, coalition, and community, and we need to have one another's backs. And Netroots Nation, there is no better place on earth to cultivate joy, to build community, and to find solidarity than right here in this room right now. We have folks here from all 50 states and from 15 countries, and we have 150 panels and trainings for you to enjoy. So on behalf of the staff, the board, and our hardworking volunteers, thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do. I am so proud to stand in solidarity with you.